Did we just get a $200,000 wire transfer? Finally? After months and months of literally clawing, giving every single thing I had to making sure that we finalized this entire process and brought in this first $200,000 to $250,000. I'm safe to say we're almost done. They're in the absolute final stages of the process, making sure that now everything has been filed for the syndicate. And they submitted everything. It's just taking like it out of their hands and putting it in the hands of the US government, who takes time to process the syndicates. And then this week they're going in to put the money into the bank, and we're waiting for the $100,000 match. But in the meantime, I'm also trying to raise another $10,000 to $15,000 from a secondary angel investor that we've been talking to. It is also a friend of mine, while waiting for the $25,000, which has been 3 months in the making from a fund abroad. Now, we have a ton to do throughout the end of this year, like getting ready for our FDA submission meeting, because as you guys know, for the ones who have been watching the videos, we can't make any money until we get cleared by the FDA. So as much as I would love to be sitting back, kicking up my feet and relaxing while we wait for this finalized process, we don't have time for that because we still have a ton to do. Because when you raise your first massive venture check, that literally just means that the work finally starts. And for us, that includes going through the entire FDA process, which is gonna be anywhere between 8 to 10 months, finalizing our product development, and maybe paying myself just a little bit so we can start figuring out when it's time to move out of my house, which has been an absolutely insane process for you guys who've been watching this entire start since April, and those who've been staying along even longer since 2021 when we started building this company. It has been an absolutely freaking insane ride, the ups and downs, the twists and turns, the unexpected moments that have taken my breath away throughout this roller coaster of a crazy journey. And I just had to wire my engineer a ton of money, and our account is looking pretty bleak, so we have to make sure that we get this wire in ASAP, no Rocky. They just texted me. Well, I texted them first, full transparency. But they texted me back and they said, like, everything's filed, ready to go, waiting to process. They said, yep, I think we're all set. We should grab dinner together soon to discuss next steps. Boom! Okay, I'm gonna be real with you guys. I've been stressing the out about this. Like, making sure that we got anywhere between 100 to 160 grand to make sure we could pay for the FDA process, because without that we can't make money, we can't move forward, we can't do anything. And what's tough about my company as opposed to a lot of other companies that raise venture funding is there's a little bit more risk with mine because it's not FDA cleared, which means before you get like sales traction, you have to show validation from the medical perspective, which is hard because I'm like pitching this thing where it's like I can do demos, I can show you, but we can't sell it yet and we can't make any money. So you're putting money into something that's very risk adverse because we have to go through the FDA still. And it's not like the scary drug trials, but it's the FDA. So it's like they're putting money into something that they know is not even gonna make any money back, at least for 10 months. And we found some amazing people who are betting on me and want to be part of the journey.
Oh, that's slick.
I actually just got off.
And the tap to pay will work through this?
Mm-hmm.
That's so cool.
How'd you do that? You just got your ID to come up.
Oh, it's that button on the right side. Yeah, just push that in.
Oh.
Yeah, this is dope.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
I like it's lightweight.
A little bit of a recap. That was my friend who has his own wallet company, and we competed against each other in a competition that you guys saw that I'd won $5,000 in. He was in the same category, and unfortunately, although we beat him, it was cool because now I get to use and review his wallets, which I'm super excited about. I'm going to the gym with the investor I told you guys. Well, potential investor, he's a friend of mine, and he got sick last week, so we couldn't obviously lift. And I was going to say now, I've been having problems with my knee because we've been front squatting like literally it feels like every single day. So I'm gonna apply some of our new tape onto my knee and see how it fares throughout the workout. I have been working out a discrepancy with our manufacturers literally all day, and it's taking up the majority of my time. Be just like sitting in front of the desk literally all day. Now we have our FDA meeting with the team, and it should all go well. We're just trying to gauge where everybody's at and what we need to get this thing done and rock and roll and start at Q1 2025. So we're gonna meet with them. I am not in the dark, but there's a lot more people who have a lot more letters behind their name that are gonna be in this meeting helping me out. So I'm excited to be chatting with everybody.
Right. You look great.
Thank you. You do too. I like the hair. It looks good. We are still finalizing everything for these finances. It is the most difficult process, but we are getting one step closer because they texted me and they said that they want to get lunch either today or Monday. So we are literally one step closer. We are finalizing all the paperwork, and for you guys who are just watching these videos for the first time, this is what this process is like. It is so difficult, it is so tedious, and there's so much that has to go on behind the scenes to make sure that the money can actually get in the bank the right way. I know that I did not do as much talking and explanations this week in this road to video, but it was just one of those weeks where it was like very heads down on everything. You know what I mean? We had to grind, especially for the end of this year and everything that we're trying to finish up to make sure that we can have a crazy 2025. I'll give a little recap. First of all, today did a Sunday reset. Absolutely amazing. Only did like 3 to 4 miles, but it was snowing. So we did it in the snow, which was a great start to the day. And my investors texted me and they said, the other guys and I will be talking tomorrow. I'll call you as soon as we talk, and then we'll get this all together and get together this week, bud. I said, perfect. So it's gonna come this week. The money is finalized. They're gonna put it into the bank along with the $100,000 match. Everything is coming in this week. For this video, that's a lot of what it was. I was just like in front of the computer all week talking about like how this is gonna go. But this next video is gonna be absolutely massive because now we're gonna ride off of all this hype, meet up with everybody, and finally deposit the money into the bank so we can start working next steps. We have an FDA meeting coming up, a second one. The Beast Games comes out this week, so we're gonna be watching that and going through everything. And then on top of that, we're gonna be bringing in this money. I appreciate you guys for watching. Thank you so much. We are on the road to launching Lectra. Now, let's get to that money.